Well, let's talk about conflict resolution for just a minute. Do you have someone at your work or even in your family that you butt heads with? Someone who's just drama all the time? If you'd like to figure out how to control conflict and not let conflict control you, you'll enjoy our next guest. He's the author of the book, Have a Nice Conflict, a story of finding success and satisfaction in the most unusual places. Dr. Michael Patterson joins us now with the details on how to end the drama. Nice to see you.
It's great to be here.
So tell me a little bit about why you wanted to write this book.
Well, conflict affects so many people. There's a study done recently that said the average U.S. employee spends 2.8 hours a week or over 1 day a month in non-productive conflict.
Wow.
That's a lot of wasted time, wasted energy. It affects us personally.
That's shocking to me.
It's the research.
But I trust
we,
you.
We don't make this stuff up. So the book is an opportunity to help a whole lot of people develop the skills to have nice conflicts.
Right.
So that they can turn negative situations into positive, productive relationships and productivity.
I can tell you're already good at it just by the way you're like talking to me, because I just feel so comfortable with you already. The body language says it all. It's very nice. Hey, set the book up. Tell people what the story is about that's in the pages.
Well, that's the point. It's a story. We could have written a how-to book or a textbook, but our company's been in the training business for 40 years helping people with conflicts and relationships.
Right.
But we wanted to tell what we know in the form of a story, share our powerful ideas, and it's the story of John Doyle, the struggling middle manager who is trying to save his relationships and save his failing career. And he meets a coach, and he learns the 5 keys to having nice conflicts, and it changes his life, and we get to follow him on all his learning adventures.
Okay, so let's talk a little bit about some of those specific techniques that you bring to people in the book that really help them with conflict resolution.
Sure. The first one is about preventing conflicts before they happen. And that begins with anticipating conflict by getting to know the people that you're in relationship with, you work with, find out what's important to them, what they value, how they like to operate, and then prevent conflict by choosing behaviors that don't push their conflict button, their triggers.
Yeah.
And we can be a gateway to conflict based on our own behavior with other people, so we make better behavioral choices.
You're also talking a lot about relationships in this book, and really at the end of the day, people relate to people, so you have to really understand how that person is going to react to whatever it is that you're going to put at them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's all about getting to know the people you're with, preventing the conflicts you can, managing those you can't, by meeting the people when they're in conflict, where they're at their point of need.
Yeah.
Give them what they need, not what you need, and you'll have nice conflicts.
That's really powerful, because I think that's a big sales tool too. If you can approach this as a way of what does this person want to hear from me rather than what do I want from you, and you can figure out a way to say it in a way that it sounds like this is something you're offering, but it's actually something I asked and you didn't realize.
Yes, it's about speaking the other person's language.
Yes.
When you can speak their language, and it's a language of relationships, then you can connect and really make a difference in your relationship for the better.
Okay, let's talk about hot buttons for a second, because it just seems like, you know, there are those people that drive you crazy and you can't wait to just poke their button. So how do we identify our own triggers within ourselves, and then how do we stop ourselves from poking sticks at other people?
Well, conflict is an emotional reaction when we feel our sense of self-worth is put at risk. So we only go into conflict over things that are important to us. So you want to know what our conflict triggers are? Those things that are important to us. Now, our own strengths, when the volume's turned up too high, can cause conflict with other people. If I'm decisive is one of my strengths, but it might be a conflict for other people because it's too much decisive. I'm too rash, I'm quick to act, and didn't give them a chance to check with other people or think it through.
Okay, so do you agree that sometimes it's a nice thing just to do a 360 with the people around you to kind of get a radar on what those people think are your hot buttons or what your weaknesses and strengths are?
Absolutely. Yeah. Feedback is a gift.
All right, I'm going to ask you about that after the show. Michael Patterson, thanks so much for being with us. It's nice to see you. Hey, we've linked this information on our Smart Family website. Just go to abc15.com. You'll find us under the Lifestyle tab at the top of the page.